Hey everybody, Riley from EarthGrown.ca here with your health tip of the day. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now if you have signed up for our mailing list at EarthGrown.ca, you would have received an email yesterday asking you what questions you have when it comes to trying to live a healthier lifestyle. Now we got a lot of responses back. Thanks very much to everyone who took the time to submit a question to us. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get to all of them today, but I'll do what I can. So let's get started. Alright, so snacking is definitely an issue when you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle. Sometimes you get hungry in between meals or late at night, you're finally sitting down and relaxing, maybe you want to have a little something to snack on. No problems there. It's when we go for things like chips or ice cream or chocolate bars or something like that, and that's what we end up snacking on, then we get into trouble. So some ideas for healthy snacks, things like nuts and seeds. Now you want to be careful with nuts because they're healthy, but they can be pretty high in calories. So maybe a handful of nuts is a lot. Another one that I really like is rice cakes with some natural peanut butter on there. Slice up banana or I'll throw honey on there once in a while, something like that. It's pretty light and a great snack. Another great one would be invest in a hot air popcorn maker. So that way you're not, you don't need to put butter or oil or anything in there. You can throw the corn kernels in there, turn it on, and 5 minutes you got a lot of fresh warm popcorn and not too many calories in that. Great question. Should you change your diet based on how much you're exercising that day? And to be honest, that's a really great strategy. I say that with caution though. If you're new to exercising and working out and eating healthier, don't worry about having a higher calorie day and a lower calorie day and that kind of thing. Just get your diet down, start eating a lot more healthier whole foods and you're gonna be great. Now for those of you that are maybe a little bit more advanced than that, maybe you've been trying to live a healthier lifestyle for a few months now and you're feeling pretty confident, absolutely. Having days where you have higher calorie because you're training harder, you're exercising more that day as opposed to say a rest day where you're not going to be going to the gym or going for a run or something like that. Absolutely. So typically what this is referred to is calorie or carbohydrate cycling. The best way to do this would be through setting consistent protein and fat intakes every day. So every day you're getting roughly the same amount of protein and fat, but on days where you're training more or harder, so if you're going to be going for a longer run or you're going to be active a lot longer or you're having a really intense training session, then you would have a higher amount of carbohydrates on that day. So this is great if you want to lose weight, lose fat I should say, or if you're trying to gain muscle mass and you want to limit the amount of fat you gain with that. Again, so the way it works, set your fat and your protein intake the same every day. On days where you're training harder, working out harder, you're going to have more carbs. On rest days, you're going to kind of ease back on those carbs a bit. Alright, so good carbs versus bad carbs. Maybe you've heard of kind of this debate, maybe you haven't. Now typically when somebody's talking about a good carb, what they're referring to is something high in fiber and low on what's called the glycemic index. Now the glycemic index is essentially a scale of how quickly your blood sugar is going to spike and how big that spike is after you've consumed a food. So something like broccoli, not really going to do much in the way of spiking your blood sugar, whereas sugary cereal or something like that, that's going to be really high on the glycemic index scale. That's going to spike your blood sugar significantly. So good carbs are going to be things like vegetables, whole foods, those kind of things. Bad carbs are going to be things like, again, typically your processed food, not a lot of fiber, really refined and probably high in added sugar. So the more good carbs you can get in your diet, the better off you're going to be. All right, we got a couple different questions in regards to coffee, actually, and kind of my thoughts on coffee. I drink coffee. I don't drink coffee every day, and I definitely don't add sugar or cream or milk or anything to it. I just drink it black. When I drink coffee, though, is typically before a race or before a pretty big workout. So the thing with coffee is you don't want to overdo it. If you have too much coffee, on a daily basis, eventually that coffee is going to have no effect on you, and when you try to wean yourself off of it, you're going to go through some, withdrawal. Basically, coffee is a drug, and yeah, your body can grow pretty accustomed to a few cups a day. So coffee, yes, it's okay, absolutely. If you overdo it, though, probably not a good thing. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't done so yet, please head over to EarthGrown.ca, sign up for that mailing list so that you don't miss out on your next opportunity to ask us a question, and we'll see you tomorrow.